YouTube, I've cleared my back long enough to get onto this guitar. So here we have a Fender Modern Player series. Did I say modern? Modern Player Stratocaster HSH. One of the things I'm doing is putting the original scratch plate back on it again. This is my one of you guys, one of the Steam Team Front Row Guitars guitar. Actually, I'm using the orange, but if I'm using clean, I could be using the Carlton with its super cleanliness. Oh yeah. Tons of reverb on it. Not sure exactly what that switch is doing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything between position 4 and 3. So what we're talking about there. Yeah, so it's a Gilmore switch. But that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Position 3. Position 4. Okay, it does sound like it's working. Yeah, so they did actually make I was rubbing against the screw that's holding the pickup in. They did actually make proper Fenders in China, and it's not a fake. It's crafted in China, serial number CGF14, so it'll be 2014, possibly. In fact, I did look these up to find out what it was called on this sheet I'm looking at here. 2014. Oh. There's no mention of it. So basically it looks in 2012 they made a Modern Player Stratocaster HSS and an HSH. And that looks to be it on this particular site I'm looking up. Although the serial number does say 14, maybe that's only when the models were introduced. Maybe they made them for a couple of years. That would make perfect sense to me. So this is in for a possible neck replacement. Apparently, I've just dug it out, tuned it up and had a look at it and see exactly what's going on. The guy wants the original pickup scratch plate put back on again, which is the HSH one. And he got that there's something wrong with the truss rod. Although, see, looking at it right now, the truss rod is set about perfect, but apparently the nut on the top is chewed up. So he's got maybe put another neck on it. I am going to see what I can do. I might be able to take the bolt off and put another bolt on it or something like that, which I'd rather do rather than use up another neck and then be left with a proper Fender neck, even though it does say China on it. Quality wise, I mean, I don't have a Mexican one. I would say that it's noticeably not as good as the Japanese ones or the American ones, but you could also say that about the Mexican ones are noticeably not as nice. But I mean, it's a proper Strat, a real Strat. I can't remember what he said these pickups were. These are upgrades. I don't think they were Warmans. Were they Iron Gear? One of those type ones, you know, not Bare Knuckles or Seymour Duncans. It was Vanson or Iron Gear or Warman or something. You know, they're sort of. I wouldn't say the more affordable. Would you say the more affordable versions of the medium pickups? And I'll go back onto the other app, put some distortion on. That did explode a little bit there. I got a feeling he said he changed the. He did. He changed the tuners. These are Wilkinson tuners, Clausen type. What's going on with the noise? But tonight I'm going to do the pedal board rearrangement where it's not going to buzz, because I'll actually have put. I've started from the start putting the power leads in for them. I'm pretty sure he also mentioned the fact that this bridge is not a normal bridge either. I think this is from a much more expensive American Fender. It's kind of got fancy looking saddles. Or is it just the saddles he changed? I can't remember. Front row, Neil, if you want to comment down below, you can point at all the things that I missed out totally. The action's actually not particularly low. I don't have the action much lower than that. No, it's not. It's just not as low as what I'm used to. I'm too used to the Ibanez Roadster. Not actually sure that those tone controls are working either. It is, middle one. No. Work the neck pickup. Yes, okay, we've got the two tone controls are for the outside two pickups. That's fine, you can do that if you want. It does actually have a really nice neck. It'd be a real shame to miss this out. I've not, as I say, I've not even been in there to make sure that. He said he managed to turn it, and it kind of, he got the turn to make it right, and then it just chewed. It's one of those. See if everyone just used bullet truss rods. There, what? Put truss rods like that in your guitars. Look, you can see where you put the Allen key, and you can see whether your Allen key's the right one, rather than just poking down a wee grotty hole where you're kind of looking in the bottom, trying to shine the torch from your phone in it to try and figure out what's going on and whether what size Allen key, if it is indeed an Allen key, and all that nonsense. Just put bullet truss rods on all guitar manufacturers from now on. Who cares if they're ugly? So this is going to be a weird one when it's done, because if I assume I have to change the neck, is it still a Chinese guitar? Okay, the body seems to be like it's actually quite heavy for a Strat. A nice piece of mahogany on it. The neck looks lovely. To be honest, it actually kind of reminds me of the Telecaster that I didn't want to sell, that I eventually ended up selling because the one I brought back from China. It's a similar feel to it. I don't know if they're made in the same place. And I think the classic vibes even say there. I think no, maybe they're a bit more Indonesia rather than China. To be honest, it doesn't make any difference whether it's made in Indonesia or China. It depends how much money you gave them to build the guitar. That's why Chinese guitars, they've got a bit of a thing against them. It's like because the Chinese can, if you ask at the right factory, build you a guitar for a tenner and that you can sell for 100 quid. There you go. But if you say, could you build us a guitar of this quality, it's not going to cost a tenner to build. It'll be more expensive, but I'd imagine it's probably still cheaper than what it would be if you got it built somewhere else. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Actually, looking at this in the back of this, it's got a big switch on it, a big dual layer switch, and I've worked out why that is as well. See on Paul Gilbert and stuff like that. When you're in position 5, you've got the humbucker in the neck, right? See when you go into position 4, it splits this down to a single coil, so you get like one of these coils, and this, so you get proper positions 2, 3, and 4 on this guitar. The which you can do with a normal 5-way switch, but you can't do with a normal 5-way switch if you've got 2 tone controls. So that's why it's got the big switch in it, is to get, so you get 2 tone controls. If you only wanted 1 tone control, then you could just use a normal 5-way switch, because you can just run the tone control off the volume control. Whereas if you want a tone for this pickup and a tone for this pickup, you have to, or I assume it would be these two, you need to take it off the switch, and you're already using up the lugs. So all the second half of this switch is doing is coil splitting one of these pickups, because the other one you can do easy. So you can do it with a, I think you can do it with an HSS, but it's the 2 tone controls that messes it up, basically. So they will be going on. Also, I can't bear that, the way that the volume control's rubbing on that screw. That's just done. I could not handle a guitar that did that. It feels like it's got a notch in it because it's rubbing against the screw that's holding the pickup up. But it looks like an interesting guitar. I really hope I can save it. I'm about to take it to bits and go in with the truss rod and see if I can get the old bolt off. It's one of those things, if you just left it the way it is, but I totally understand the guys worried about it. You don't want it to, it's working just now, oh, it needs adjusted, oh, because you can't adjust it anymore if it's broken. Or it's not so much the truss rod's not broken, it's the actual bolt, the actual nut that goes on the end is all chewed up, which is annoying. Probably not impossible to get another one, to be honest, if for a relatively modern guitar. I'll maybe have a wee look at that. Rather, because I've got to go into the other neck's completely brand new, so it's going. I've got to drill holes in it. I've got to mount it so it sits perfectly straight, and then I've got to change the tuners, and then I've got to do all the fretworks on it because it's just like a brand new neck. So I'm going to fight to get this one running a bit more normal. Apparently, he said don't laugh at his wiring on the inside of this, so I'm not going to do that. I might laugh internally a little bit, but I'll probably just fix it. Although I think he's got the tones wired up wrong. But he's wanting the original pickups on after. One of those, he changed pickups, because it's a Chinese guitar, changed the pickups, and then saw all these videos on YouTube of his guitar, going on about how good the pickups were. And it's like, yeah, totally, always a good idea to try playing the guitar first, rather than just changing the pickups. Not that I'm saying that's what he did, but a lot of people do that, especially with Ibanez. I realised that, oh, just buy one of the Ibanez Geos, they're really good, they're only 150 quid, okay. Yeah, and then you just put Seymour Duncans in it and it'll be fine. And they're like, a lot of people just put Seymour, like they buy the guitar, and then at the same time they buy the pickups and swap them over, and you're like, the ones that were in it might have been pretty good, maybe. It's always worth checking, even if other people say they don't like them, doesn't mean that you won't. I kind of like pickups to sound a bit different anyway. You do occasionally get pickups that are just crap, but most of the time it's ones that are not quite the right type of pickup you want. I think my thing about Strats, really, I've been noticing recently, is I really like the really low output, vintagey, twangy sounding pickups. I think these are slightly hotter ones, which do sound a bit more better when you're trying to play Judas Priest or something. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, the more powerful ones do handle the distortion a bit better, but for me, a Strat, I like that pure ka-chang that you get off a clean Strat, which is generally what you get. And with they didn't notice that edit. Sorry, I ran out of space again. Something's been saving somewhere I didn't want it to save and has blocked up my computer. So I've ran out of space again. There wasn't really anything else more I had to say. I was just about to say, catch you later, YouTube, rock on. But I did a video last week where I just kind of abruptly ended, and it's like nobody really noticed. So anyway, if you got this far, cheers, well done, like and subscribe. Love you all. Catch you later.